What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim. Going to be playing a game on PTCGO today, and today I'm rocking our favorite squid Pokemon, Malamar. Heading into the North American International Championships, Malamar still a top pick for a lot of players. Deck is very good. I mean, good in that it does counter Buzzwole pretty well. I'm playing the Psychic Malamar version here. My big issue with this deck is that it does have a horrible time against Zoroark. No matter what I do, I cannot get this deck to go toe-to-toe with Zoroark decks. Good Zoroark decks are just going to be able to parallel you, counter catcher you, going to be able to bloodthirsty eyes your Malamars. It's just a nightmare. There's almost no playing around it. Now, my good friend Kevin Baxter was able to concoct kind of a strategy to make his deck a little bit more low maintenance, and that was to completely remove the Malamars. Kevin was playing his K-Box deck. We call it K-Box because his nickname is K-Bax. So K-Box is just literally Ultra Necrozmas, like 4 Ultra Necrozmas and like 3 Dawn Wings and a bunch. And sure enough, here's a Zoroark deck, so you guys get to see how rough this matchup is. All right. And like a bunch of Max Elixirs, a bunch of B-Strings, and things like that. Let's start off here. I think I do play a copy of, Bridget in here. So let's see if we can maybe go for the turn 1 Bridget and see what we can do. Let's just get rid of probably the Mewtwo GX. I probably don't need him right now, unless this is a Buzz Rock deck, in which case Mewtwo's sometimes good. Let's see, do we have the Bridget? We do have the Bridget. So we're going to go get a Lele, and we're going to start things off pretty standard with the Wonder Tag for Bridget. Go get ourselves a whole bunch of Inkage. We're going to try and do this right. Now, going first in this matchup does help considerably. I will say that. There are a few other things that we've got going on for us. I think we play the Clefairy in this version, though she is missing in action. She is not here. We also, I feel like we play a Marshadow, or we might have played a Marshadow. There looks to be no Marshadows in here. All right, so I thought we played a Clefairy, thought we played Marshadow, but it looks like neither of them are in the deck. So they're either prized, or Andrew, you cut those cards in and are now regretting it. So it's one of the two. But anyways, let's stay the course. We're all good. We're Gucci here. Let's go ahead and just pass to my opponent. I don't think there's any point in putting the Mewtwo down, because if my opponent parallel cities me, then I'll just have to remove it, and that is annoying. So we're at least going to wait until next turn. I think next turn, ideally what we do is we put the Mewtwo down. Oh! They are playing Zoroark Decidueye with the Leafeon. Okay, I did not see that coming. I was expecting there to be some sort of Zoroark other action going on, but sure enough, that's not the case. So, all right, we're on to plan B here, guys. My opponent is probably not playing Parallel City, which means that, I don't know, we could go in with Mewtwo's and just kind of soften things up here. I don't really want to go in with Mewtwo, though. I think I can just, I mean, honestly, the Necrozma here is like an ideal kind of attacker for us because my opponent's going to get some big Pokemon up. So I think if we do, say we power up a Mewtwo this turn and we get like a quick Mewtwo, that is good for us, but then our board position is just like 2 Mewtwo's, which is not good for us, right? We don't want a board with just 2 Mewtwo's. I mean, then my opponent has to knock one out, and I guess. I feel like powering up a Necrozma here for like a big attack would be better, though. So like I'm gonna go for a little bit of like a slower strategy, and then if I want to knock out that Rowlet, I can always do it with Lele if I can get 3 energy into play. So we're gonna like do things that way instead. Now, we did not get 3 energy into play, which surprises not me. No, absolutely not me. Yes, not surprised at all, because that kind of thing just happens with this deck all the time. So we are just going to go ahead and start loading up the Necrozma. So you guys know, I know the deck. I know that I wasn't going to hit the 3 energy, so no point in putting that Mewtwo down. Now we have a much better board position. We have an opportunity to potentially go blow something up with this Necrozma next turn. I don't think that my opponent will be threatening that Necrozma in any type of way. I should be pretty cool. I mean, they're going to go in and get their... Goodness, they're going to get that Leafeon, though, so that's a little bit sketchy. I definitely don't want to try and 2-hit KO things with this Leafeon in play, because that ability is just super good. Granbloom GX, well, not Granbloom GX, they're probably doing that this turn. But Breath of the Leaves, right? If this Pokemon's your active Pokemon, you heal 50 damage. Yeah, I don't want to have to deal with any of that. Now, this might not be the ideal turn to Granbloom GX because they might just have a bunch of stage 1s in play already, and I'm pretty sure Granbloom GX only evolves basics. Yeah. So, okay, it looks like they are just going to go and get more basics, though. That makes sense. They are prepping for a turn 2 Granbloom, and they're going to get 2 Dartrix and a Zoroark there. And I am looking to try and blow up that Leafeon. Yes, that's what we're going to try and do. We're going to try and knock that thing out. That'd be great with my Necrozma here, who we are prepped and ready to go with. We've got Floatstone on the active. We've got a Floatstone on one of these bench Malamars. We're going to go get ourselves, yep, we're going to ditch this thing, go get ourselves another Malamar. Now, we just need to draw into maybe some Psychic Energies and an Ultra Ball or something like that. I think we need to get 3 in the discard pile. That, or we could draw into 1 Psychic Energy and a Choice Band. And we did not get any of it. No, we did not. Oh my goodness, this deck. Oh, it's so lovely and frustrating sometimes. Okay, we did not get what we wanted there. So this is a little bit frustrating, and I'm kind of stuck. I don't even have a supporter. So we just, I mean, I can Blackray GX, I guess. That feels really bad this turn, though. I would rather wait till next turn where they have like a bunch of Decidueyes in play. However, if I don't attack this turn, I mean, golly. All right, this is just really, really rough. So we're going to go get rid of that Mewtwo. There's no way we end up using this Mewtwo again. Let's get ourselves a Lele, I think, just in case my opponent gives me an opportunity to go get one. We have a letter in here, man, and 7 Psychics. We just need to find one of those. Whew, boy. Okay, we'll go get ourselves a Lele. Double check. Yeah, I don't have any energy in the discard pile. Brutal. All right, so we can't blow up the Leafeon. We didn't hit anything that we needed, so I think we're just waiting here. We got the Lele preemptively because trying to thin my deck so that maybe I top deck something if my opponent doesn't knock me out. They would be smart to kind of just spread, right, while I'm kind of stuck. They saw me go for the Lele, so they kind of know that I want them to clear a bench spot. And then I think that we just attach this here. I don't want to... You know what? I mean, I can just go and just like hit it for... I do have another Floatstone in my hand, so I think I'm just going to do it as bad as this feels. Let's just black... Oh, no. I misclicked. I did not mean to Blackray GX. I wanted to do Prismatic Burst, but that's fine. We're just going to rock with Blackray GX. We misclicked! All right, so I want to Prismatic Burst there, and then since I have a Floatstone in my hand, I would have just gone and knocked out the Leafeon with this Mewtwo here. Either way, it's cool, you know, like I put some pressure on these 2 Pokemon here, and we can maybe clean them up with Lele's or, you know, anything else. My opponent probably is going to Breath of the Leaves if they get any energy on their, you know, any of their bench Pokemon or whatever. Having 100 damage on that Zoroark, though, does make it a little bit easier for me to knock out, so I definitely can't complain. And then it looks like, yep, they could heal their active. That's fine. I can blow it up with Prismatic Burst there. And they're just going to bridge it again. So they're going to go get themselves probably another Zorua, if I had to guess. A Rowlet. Okay, so they are looking to get like a ton of Decidueye into play, but they don't have one yet. So they are just going to Solar Beam my dude there. That's fine. I actually am still... There's an energy. Oh, we needed that last turn. But I'm still like relatively cool this game. I don't really mind having the Blackray there is not a bad play. I was like honestly considering doing it. So like I don't mind the misclick there. Like we are cool, even though I think I would have rather done 180 to it and then just come up and finished it off with the Mewtwo. But it's fine. This is where we're at. So I think now I can't really retreat or do any shenanigans like that, so we just need to Prismatic Burst and knock this thing out. Oh, my opponent's saying hello. Hello, opponent. We are just going to probably attach to... Attaching anywhere just feels bad, so we're just going to Prismatic Burst. We're just going to knock this thing out. I feel like attaching to the Mewtwo feels like a lost cause. Like, I can just very... you know, I could very easily get that thing powered up. I have 3... There's my Clefairy. I knew I ran you. But I could very easily get this thing powered up. I want to save the energy in my hand in case I were to get something like maybe, you know, a Rescue Stretcher, get this Necrozma back, and then I could attach the energy from hand, Floatstone, power up a Necrozma, do 200 something damage, you know, something like that. That's kind of like my thought process. The energy is fine, though. I can easily throw up. I mean, Clefairy is not good in this matchup. Very bad. Just two Decidueyes, and this thing's a goner, so that's not good. My opponent is going to Sycamore there. They should get a bunch of Decidueyes into play this turn. No problemo. So they should be totally cool to get that up and going. And then things are going to get hectic here very quickly. I'm ahead in prizes, so the GX attack's not really an option. And Feather Arrow also goes through that GX attack as well. They will have a very solid board state here. I'm imagining if they get like, you know, 3 Decidueyes up in play, then they're doing 60 snipe a turn. If they start promoting things that are non-EX, non-GX attackers, say they're promoting like Latioses and stuff like that, that would be a huge pain for me to knock out. The Latioses, I would not like that at all. And there they go with Riot. Excuse me. There they go with Riotous Beating, so they got it. But so long as they keep promoting big GX Pokemon, like, I'm fine with that. I can definitely compete with that, so that doesn't really bother me at all. Let's promote a Malamar. We're going to slap a Floatstone on it. You can see how I was gripping that Floatstone there just in case I got myself into a situation like this. So I know I have 3 Psychics in the discard pile. Field Blower is like not super useful right now, but I can use it to make sure that my opponent doesn't have a free retreater. Let's just go look in the deck real quick and see what our options are for Pokemon. I can Shadow Claw, but Shadow Claw is not doing quite enough damage. I'm only doing 90. Let's see, do I have choice bands in this list? I feel like I do, but I don't. There are no choice bands in this list. Okay, Andrew, interesting choice you have there. I think I have to go in with a Lele. Can I do it with a Lele? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You're right, I could do it with Lele, so we got to do it with Lele. Let's just go get this thing. Let's go get that guy out of our deck. Sure, we're going to go get that guy. I'm going to Lele here. I think I'm going to get myself a supporter, yeah, because I would like to draw some more cards. So we're going to go get that. I think I want to get myself Cynthia. That feels pretty good. And then we're going to load like 4 energy up on this Lele. And we're going ham Lele, folks. I mean, really, there's not much else that we got going on here. I've got 3 Malamars in play. And we're just going to rock like that. So let's Field Blower that and that. Sure, let's get rid of those. And then I don't really want to Ultra Ball away any more cards. I could get rid of that Clefairy. I don't think that I'm going to end up... I could Hollow Hunt, I guess. No, I Black Raid already. So, yes, let's just get rid of... Let's get rid of the Clefairy. I don't need the Clefairy. Get him out of here. All right, and then we're done. And then let's just Cynthia here, draw some more cards. That'd be good. And I need to be able to finish off this game. So things like Guzma, very good for helping me to do that. Let's accelerate a bunch of energies to this Lele. And then honestly, I think I'm just going to try to build up the biggest Lele possible. Hope my opponent doesn't knock it out this next turn. And then maybe knock out, like, I don't know, some sort of, I don't know, EX or GX. If he puts like a bunch of energies on a Leafeon or something, maybe I can knock it out. I don't know. This is really the only strategy we got, though, is Han Lele. Ham Lele. All right, we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That is just enough damage. All right, let's get in there, Lele. You go, Lele. And then we're going to knock this thing out. So you guys can see that my Black Ray GX, not the worst thing in the world. It allowed me to knock out that Zoroark, which I knew I would have trouble doing. And so that's it ended up being good. So like I think that the Black Ray GX could have been the ideal play there. My opponent didn't end up teeing off like I thought they were going to, so they didn't get like a bunch of Decidueyes in play, meaning that Black Ray didn't end up being a better play later in the game, which I thought it would be. So I think Black Ray was pretty ideal there just to get that Zoroark kind of knocked down a notch. I didn't like just waiting on the bench with the Necrozma that turn. I think going up and being aggressive was good because I think so long, and this deck, honestly, if I could just kind of trade ahead of them, I think that's the ideal. I can't really let the game go to late game because as you could see here, they could very easily just overwhelm me completely, especially with this Leafeon GX in play. Just being able to use Breath of the Leaves. Lele, that's what I'm talking about. I need like a weak EX or GX, something like that. I just need a weak Pokemon to prey on. That's what I need. And the Lele, I got my eyes on you, Lele. You're the weakest thing on that side of the field, so I'm going to try and take you out for game. Now, if I get like Rescue Stretcher Guzma, oh, we're halfway there. Rescue Stretcher Guzma would be very good. I'm assuming that they're like, I don't think that they are going to be able to knock me out this turn, especially since they attach the energy here. So they're looking to knock me out like next turn, in which case I just like wait on this hand, honestly. Like I think I'm going to Psychic Recharge. If I have one in the discard pile, which I believe I do, I'm going to Psychic Recharge just once to my Lele here. And then I'm just going to, probably I'm going to knock out the Rowlet, but I'm going to pretend like I don't really have anything. That'd be good because I don't want like my opponent to end. And if they have end, they're going to end me to 1. But I think I like this hand because I will probably be able to knock out that Leafeon next turn. I would just need to Sycamore. Let's see. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means that I have at least 5 energy left in the deck as well, meaning that I have a great shot at hitting it if I just keep this Rescue Stretcher in my hand. So I'm going to keep the Rescue Stretcher in my hand because that is access to my Necrozma. The Necrozma is who I need to finish the game. Now I have all the pieces I need to finish the game because I could just get the energy with Letter, Rescue Stretcher, the Necrozma, retreat my Lele with the energy there that I put. My opponent's got Espeon out. That is wild. And they Sycamore, so they're not. You see, they didn't get me out of game there. So that was my hope. I knew that they would get a Field Blower. That's why I put my energy here on the Lele. And we kind of just prepped ourselves for this final turn just right. So we're going to be okay. If I Sycamore there, there's a chance that I don't end up having Win in my hand next turn. Like, it's certainly possible. I could have, Rescue Stretcher 3 Pokemon back into my deck, which is what I would have had to have done. And, maybe I just get a horrible combination of cards because I do have 21 cards in my deck, and maybe I never get to see that Necrozma. So that's why I decided to just wait on this hand because it seemed like the best thing to do. My opponent's got a very clear strategy. They want to knock out both these Leles for a game. They know that they have no reason to do any damage to these Malamars. They aren't going anywhere. But what my opponent doesn't know is that they have activated my trap card. Yes, I have got game here. So good game to my opponent. We've got Rescue Stretcher. Let's go get myself the Necrozma boy. So bring him out. And then he's going to do a ton of damage. We've got 3 Malamars in play that have just not been disrupted at all. Let's go get these Psychic Energies out of the discard pile, out of the deck. Throw 1 onto the Necrozma, Psychic Recharge 3 times, and that's going to be game. I mean, Malamar can be a great deck when nobody messes with your strategy at all. Like, that's like my big thing, right? Malamar loves it when you just let the Malamars be on the bench. Don't bother them. Don't parallel me. Don't knock them out. And then Malamar's going to be a great deck. However, that's just not the way the format is. People are always going to be messing with you. They're going to be paralleling you. There's going to be Garbodor. There's going to be tons of things that are trying to go wrong with your deck, right? People are going to be bloodthirsting eyes up Malamars, knocking them out, making your life hard. So I really am just like I'm really not a fan of Malamar. Of the big 3, I think that Zoroark and Buzzwole are the better 2, and the Malamar is definitely like the 3rd ranking deck. It's good because it can steal games off of Buzzwole, but I think it struggles way too hard against Zoroark to be like a super valid play for Nats, just in my opinion. Though I do know there are a lot of fans of the deck and people who swear by the Ultra Necrozma version and say that they have no problems beating Zoroark. Well, that's just, that's not my testing. So like, that's just the way it is for me. I think like every single game I've played where either Natalie or Riley is playing the Zoroark side, they just smash me when I'm trying to play a Malamar. So like, I can't, I can't get myself to do it. I really love this deck, but I think maybe next format, when Parallel City rotates, this deck gets just a lot better. So not saying the Malamar's bad by any means. I love the deck. I think the deck is very good, but I think that maybe there are just a little bit too many hostile threats here in standard format for it to really shine right now. I think it gets much better next format when there aren't as many cards limiting your bench. There's no Parallel City, especially, and the format slows down considerably. I think Malamar gets much better then. So thank you all for watching the video. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, ring that bell. Let me know, what do you guys think of Malamar in the comments below. Peace.